now.
Yeah, I hit it. We're live on YouTube. Welcome everybody on YouTube. Let's see what happens.
Randy, that would be not that I know of.
What?
He just texted me a message asking if we need to be limiting our comments to 2. Not that I know of, brother.
What?
Comment all you want.
Who has to limit comments?
I don't know. That's just what he just texted me. So I'm saying no, you don't have to limit.
Please talk and ask. I don't. Walker comments 1,000 times. I mean, I don't know what to tell you on that one.
I just said no.
I'm going to put us on, I don't know. I like the gallery, but for YouTube, you'd be on and it would be like me talking to you. Do you want to be on gallery so you're just always up? And then it'll just switch back and forth on what? It's up to you. I talk too much, so we'll leave it on gallery.
Randy, don't worry about what Jeff said.
What?
He's out of his mind.
What? Who said anything? I didn't ever say anything about limiting comments.
You just made a comment that was more than 2 or something. Yeah, don't pay him no attention.
What are we talking about? Just shut the hell up.
Going. That's all.
All right, here we go. The Mendez just got resentenced. Well, I wonder what that's about.
Oh, man.
Why doesn't it say I'm live on? There it is, live. Oh, again, I need to move over. Like always, I'm not over far enough. I don't know why.
Way over the top. Don't let anybody tell you any different.
Again, I need. All right. Welcome. Oh my God. Flip back down. All right. Welcome everybody to the YouTube stream of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys podcast. Let us know where you're from and what you're sitting on. What you're sitting on.
You're sitting on. Wow. That's going to get interesting real quick.
Sipping.
What you're sipping on.
Come on. Okay, it did it. We're good. Hopefully it comes on. We're almost ready to start. You almost shared up there, Nash?
Yeah, I keep screwing up. Now I got to go back all the way through this list and get down to the bottom.
Hopefully it comes on. All right, there we go. I'm going to see. Perfect. That's perfect. Let's see if I can get some of this in. Closer. This can come over here because I don't have to see me. All right, let's see if we got it. I'm just setting up, guys, getting ready to go. All right.
All the groups, and we're about to start rolling here in a second.
Hey, Justin, how you doing, man? He says he's sipping on the Wild Turkey 101 8-year today. Green River Foolproof for Jamie. I'm doing
that Green River Foolproof is really good.
Oh my God. This 15 after being open for a while is just like pure. It's so sweet. The oakiness and the ethanol have backed way off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This 15-year tastes more like a 15-year-old Booker's now. It's got that Booker's aspect to it. Let me know when you're ready to go, buddy.
All right, I'm trying to get there.
And we'll get this SS on the road. Randy Ford looking good. Thank you, Randy, for coming over here. We're starting to get some people on. Almost getting ready to do this new Riff podcast. Hold your horses, everybody. I got my new Riff hat. No, I got my Whiskey Thief hat on with my new Riff shirt. There you go.
All right. I'm ready.
So, Jay...
Roll.
Brian Sprance and Jay Ersman is his name. Do you know his last name? Do you remember?
Who?
Jay, that we met at Kentucky Bourbon Festival. I think it's Ersman. You know, if Walker was here, he'd tell us.
Walker must be working.
Yeah, he's probably working. He'll jump in a little late. Or he fell asleep because he's tired because we wore him out over the weekend. Are you ready to go? Are you?
Yeah,
ready?
I'm ready.
Let me get
John
this.
says Russell's Reserve 15 is pure oak harmony.
Who says that? John?
Unreal, yeah.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? All right, a little bit further. Perfect.
Randy's sipping on some Orphan Barrel and the new Detland that I helped pick.
Okay.
Detland, he's from down in Alabama, and I met him at the New Orleans Bourbon Festival last year.
Was I with you?
No, and he was sharing some bottles that he had out of his own stash, you know, at his
Okay.
Walker's with friends tonight.
Who said that? That would be Randy telling you that.
Randy, yeah.
All right.
John's sipping on some Bardstown Wheated on his back deck in Chicagoland, 80-degree weather today. I think we got close to about 89 here in South Carolina, 89 or 90.
Okay.
It was quite warm, beautiful.
It's just like
It's been raining the last 3 days here. I mean, storming big time. It looks like it's going to be breaking out with another thunderstorm here a little later.
Okay. It's so funny.
And James Jacobs says it's Jay Arisman.
Arisman, thank you.
Thank you, James.
Jamie. All right.
Jamie, yeah.
I was close. Arisman. It was close.
You were one letter off.
Well, we got to spend some time with Jay and Brian when we went down and did the podcast right from New Riff, and they announced everything that they had. I've got some video to release on that I was waiting to, but I just don't got time. That's why I'm working, trying to get some people to give me a little bit of help on what I need and how to get it to them and where to load shit, you know, maybe because I got the main stuff down, but you know. So HD will be enjoying a New Riff 8 year when he gets home. Awesome. So are we ready to get this started there, Nash?
Yeah.
All right, let's get
this New Riff single malt whiskey is wonderful.
Yes. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, so we will get the podcast started. Let's go. There'll be a quick brief pause that we don't talk, and then you'll hear the music and we'll get going. 3, 2, 1.
fun to watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every kind of room, and it's all songs but we're telling the truth. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, raising some hell, making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, we're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo! All right. Welcome back to another podcast of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Tiny and Super Nash are in the house. How's it going, Super Nash?
It's going awesome.
Oh, I would just, last night we were talking. I look forward to it. The New Riff podcast. This should be a lot of fun. I mean,
Absolutely.
and then we're also going to be talking about some of the bourbon experiences that are out there and what happens when you really get involved in either your community or in the whiskey culture in Indiana or Kentucky. I mean, it's just a whole playground out there for everybody. But we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, www.scotchybourbonboys.com for all things Scotchy Bourbon Boys, t-shirts, and Glencairns. This could be yours. All you got to do is go to the website. I'll get a little email and send it off. We're getting close to having to do another order because they're selling like hotcakes. And then also remember, we are on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, also on all the major podcast formats, Apple, iHeart, Spotify mainly. But no matter where you choose to listen or watch, and we're pretty much everywhere, remember to like, comment, subscribe, leave good feedback, and comment, listen, like, subscribe, and leave good feedback. So there you go for that. Just make sure to support us and check us out. Did you get the sound figured out on the roof? Yeah, we'll see if we got the sound figured out. We're gonna find that out today at the barrel bottle breakdown, the old Louisville Whiskey Company barrel bottle breakdown of the
Talk about that a little second so I can go get my pad and all.
Yep, of the New Riff. He's getting his pad, but we'll get a little bit, we'll do the New Riff first because I know everybody, when they get excited about this kind of thing and it goes on, it's New Riff is really kind of cool because it's right on the border of Ohio, right across the river, Cincinnati, and it's in the Covington and Newport area, which is exactly where Remus was operating his offices to get all the whiskey or the bourbon out of Kentucky and into Ohio to send up to Chicago and New York. And that was the way to go. Now you could get it through Maysville, but Remus, I went across the bridge, the famous bridge built in 1887. I stopped off this Sunday on my way home to see Brad Bonds at Revival Vintage Spirits. And Brad was doing good, and he is going to sponsor our 5th annual Scotchy Bourbon Boys, Kentucky Bourbon Boys bus tour in September. And the way he's going about it is he will be getting us some really, really cool stuff for us to drink on the bus tour. Now, this is a 28-person bus tour. It's 2 buses, 14 and 14. And I was talking today about all the stuff that's happening. I mean, there's a chance, I don't know, but we might, Walter and the bus company and Sarah Evans are all working at getting the lunch at the Pendennis Club. We're going to basically stop off at Old Carter and see Christy and Mark at the Old Carter Social Club. And then also we're going to be at the Evan Williams Experience. We're going to be at Whiskey Thief, and we're confirming that we are going to be at, and this is what I'm talking about, we're going to be the Old Louisville Whiskey Company with Amin down there. And Amin and Whiskey Thief are our major sponsors. Amin does the barrel bottle breakdown sponsorship, and Whiskey Thief does one of our main sponsorships. So you got two of our major sponsors. Now, Middle West Spirits would have been hard to tie into a Kentucky because they're up in Columbus. So, and the Spirit of French Lick also a sponsor of ours, and they are in French Lick, Indiana, a little bit too far, but I think it's really going to be kind of cool. But that experience, but that leads us in.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so let's just talk about the experiences that we've set up a bourbon bus tour, and we've done it now 5 years. It's gotten big. We've met so many different people, but this year I'm really excited because the excitement before Kentucky Bourbon Festival is going to be off the charts. And I think this this bus tour, I think, is going to be off the charts. I think it's going to be probably the best tour that we've ever done from a standpoint of the amount of people and how exciting it's going to be and where it's happening and the amount of time. And me and Super Nash will be able to figure out how we're going to do the two buses and the pours. We'll have to switch in the in-between if we're doing the pours that Brad Bonds is supporting, and then also the bottles that are going to be available through Old Louisville and Whiskey Thief is just going to be crazy. And we're going to be thieving barrels at Whiskey Thief. We'll be thieving barrels probably at Old Louisville. I mean, it's just going to be an unbelievable packed day. And that's what I'm talking about, whiskey experience. This is a whiskey experience that we made.
It's an experience like no other because we'll be going to 3 different distilleries. Plus, we'll be doing tastings on the bus in between the distilleries.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, this is probably one of the best experiences out there. And if you ever get a chance and you haven't been on the bus tour, if you get a chance in the future, I suggest you grab a ticket and jump on the bus.
Yeah. So it's been overall, it's just been spectacular, the experiences. But let's take it because Old Louisville Whiskey Company is going to be part of that bus tour, and then they're going to be a part of sponsoring this Old Louisville Whiskey Company barrel bottle breakdown.
Yes.
So the way this is going to work, I don't think we have the same single barrels, right? I've got one from 2021 that was distilled in 2016. I mean, we are talking about the beginning of New Riff's single barrel program right there.
Let me tell you something. My single barrel is from barrel bottled in 9/21/21. So I have a 21 single barrel.
Okay, we got 2 single barrels.
What's your barrel number? Mine's 5259.
Barrel.
Oh, and look, there's Jay Arisman's co-founder.
167732.
Oh. So I think they're close enough. I think that's what we should do is barrel, bottle break down the single barrel.
Or let's see. I think
I do have the straight bourbon whiskey.
Well, I've got this single barrel, which is from 2022, and it was the bourbon, the Distiller's Roast series, and it was from 2822. You got anyone? And this is 8214. You got anything close to that? 2022.
What is that? The single barrel? No, I got the 21 single barrel, which is close to yours.
Then the other one I got is the 6-year
malted
rye whiskey.
That single barrel you got from 21. When was it distilled? Barrel distilled on mine was distilled 8/29 2017.
Mine was February 5th, 2016.
Yours is a 5-year, right? You said it was a 2021 bottled in 21.
Yeah, and now this is the still. Actually, I'll do this one because this is the group. Let's see, 4 kernels. He's got the 4 kernels that he's going to be coming out with. They're trying to do their own brand, but this is the Still Valley Bourbon Association who we're going to be doing the tasting with, and this is their barrel, and they picked it. It was bottled 6/15/2022. And it was February 5th, 2018. So now that we know what we got,
this other single barrel I got is one that CT gave me, and it was bottled on April 23, and it is freaking fantastic.
I've got the malted rye sherry finished barrel proof whiskey too, the one, and it's barrel proof. I mean. Okay, we're gonna go with bourbons. So, what do you think I should go? Let's do the ones that we got that was bottled in 2021. Those are the close. No, we should do our newest ones because honestly, the 2021, I really feel that New Riff was getting their legs under them, and this is a 16/21, which is a 5-year, and this is an 18/22. Okay, that's a 4-year. And
my other one, the one that CT gave me, it's a 4-year, and I already know it's delicious.
I have to pick. Okay, so you do
I want to do the newest one. The newest I got is April 23.
I got 6/15/2022, 6/29/22. All right, I'll do the
just pick, hey, like Matt said, just pick one. Let's do it.
Okay, you do yours, and I'm gonna do this single barrel from Kentucky Bourbon Festival.
All right.
Oh, this is really good mixed with the 15-year. All right. So the Old Louisville barrel bottle breakdown. Let's talk about Amin a little bit. Amin is down there at the Old Louisville Whiskey Company. Just was talking to him today. He has that great experience where you walk in, you see his awesome gift shop, and then he's got an awesome side. What would you say? Comfortable room, waiting room for when you're waiting to go back to see what he's got in those barrels. And Amin's experience is one of very unique because he has so many barrels of so many different ages. He basically knows whiskey and bourbon. He finishes them in really unique ways, or he buys them and lets them age. He's longer and longer in his warehouse, and he's just doing a spectacular job. The experience is unlike any other, right? So
I agree. It's a barrel pick every time you go.
Yep, and you got to see and go visit Amin at the Old Louisville Whiskey Company in Louisville, Kentucky. So
that's another thing about that too is like all his barrels are 7 years old and older.
Yeah, he's similar to what Mark Carter likes to do. Mark Carter doesn't like to, he doesn't like to get anything younger than that. So, did you get it?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna pour
that.
So
For-
the old Louisville Whiskey Company's barrel bottle breakdown scale is based off of the aroma, the taste, the body, and the finish. We can give up to 4 bangs with our
4 knocks.
4 knocks. 4
For
knocks with
the
our
nose and the body.
with our wooden knocker, and
And on the taste and the finish, you can give it up to 5 knocks.
yes.
And if one of the categories is really exceptional, you can actually give it a but-um-bump.
But up.
That's what I said. What'd you hear?
I want to know if you heard me hit. I want to know if you heard it.
No.
No. I have to have like a glockenspiel or something. You know what I should do is I should bring out. Do you think I should bring out the old barrel? See if that plays into anything.
Yeah.
I got it right over here. Although there might be a brown recluse.
Stay away from that.
There was one crawling on our. I'm looking in. There was one crawling on our. There's a spider crawling on my thing. I killed it, and I was like, ooh, wonderful.
Good thing you got it.
Do you see it? Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
See if you hear this. No.
You hit it?
No.
No.
Nothing.
Heard the very first little tap right there on that.
Okay, so 1,
Heard that first tap.
2.
Just count them off like you usually do.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right.
Let's see.
Ooh.
I'll roll it. One of these I got.
You need to put the mic right inside of it.
You're right. Let's see what happens when I do that. I'm gonna see. It should be the blue one. It says. Okay. Let's see if I put it in there. It's in there.
You didn't do it. I don't get it.
How about if I put the mic on top? How about this? Nope.
Let's get on to rating it. You can
Yep.
just-
We'll
you
try.
just
We
sound them
always
out.
try. I always try something different. Let's go. All right. So
All
I'm
right.
gonna pour it
I'll
in.
let you go first.
All right. This one is a single barrel from Distiller Row. Distiller Row, which was the 2022 pick for the Kentucky Bourbon Festival at New Riff. Now, I was on this pick with Randy, so I was able to. This pick was a pick that I did with the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. I was on both picks in 2022 and 2023. So in the 2023 one, I got that bottle. I decanted it and I drank it probably in a week. That's how good it was. So,
What year was your Distiller Row from?
it was 2022.
All right. I'm just putting it up above your name here so we'll know what we're rating.
Now that
All
it's been
So I'm
sitting,
going to let you go first on yours on the nose.
the caramel on this is fantastic. Let's see what they say on this bottle. Bourbon, bubblegum, and cinnamon, along with red apple and leather. Now, I got caramel because it's been sitting, but I do get a little bit of the bubblegum. Oh. Like Hubba Bubba Bubble double bubble gum. Kind that you used to like eat like 4 pieces and you get it.
Yeah, I like Hubba Bubba.
All right.
We'll go.
Put this back on. All right. So this is everything that I would want. So noses are, to me, they're not as important, but if it's a really, really good nose, I mean, it does gain importance, but sometimes you get a nose that's just nothing, but the flavor's good. But in this case, this is a really, 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 yeah. I know that on YouTube it picks it up. The YouTube is with my the hammer works on YouTube. And let's see. All right. So I am going to rate the nose out of 4. I am going to give it 4 barrel bottle knocks, breakdown knocks. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right.
What you going to give it?
On mine, I'm getting caramel and those little maple candies. You know, those little maple cream candies.
Yes.
It's a great nose. Just a little bit of the ethanol.
This was
I have to give mine a 3.
a 3.
Yeah.
1.
It's a great nose, but it's not a really good nose.
2.
I'd like to be able to smell a little bit more out of it.
3.
Mine says that the aroma is buttercream and maple. So I'm getting that little bit of maple off of it.
Excellent.
There's a lot more caramel there too.
Now this particular, the one thing that New Riff has, I mean, if anybody wants to know about the brand's very unique. It was the owner.
Jay Arisman.
And no, Jay
Or
Jay's
the
co-owner,
co-founder.
but the main owner of Party Source. And maybe I know Jamie can do it. His name is eluding me. I had it, looked it up, it's gone. But he owned Party Source, and he was buying single barrels with Jay, and they were doing all this stuff. And well, he decided that he wanted to build a distillery in the parking lot of Party Source in Newport, Kentucky, and which is right across the first exit, right across the river, gets you right over to the Party Source. You get off, you make a right.
Across the river from Cincinnati.
Yep, and Ken Lewis was his name, and he thank you, Jamie. He opened and built the New Riff Distillery, but at one point he had to sell the Party Source because you can't own a liquor store and own a distillery at the same time. So he sold it to his employees. Now the Party Source is owned by his employees, and he started with Jay, co-founded the New Riff. But initially, when they first started, they started by purchasing barrels to get them through their distilling, the waiting to get them to their distillate, and that was the brand OKI, and that stands for Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. So they purchased barrels from Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio, blended them, and had their brand. Now, once they were ready, they stopped the OKI brand and started New Riff, which the brand of OKI had such popularity, they were able to sell that brand off to 2 people who were very interested in keeping it going, and they have that brand today. So that's very unique.
Which is still very successful.
Now, the thing is if you're in Ohio or you're coming down from Michigan or Ohio and you're coming down, it's right off of 70. You're on 71. You get off. You could stop at one of the largest liquor stores in the country, and also at the New Riff Distillery. pick up take a tour, pick up some single barrels. It's the greatest thing on your way down. Plus, it's part of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail now, so you could get that.
Get your start.
Right.
As soon as you're into Kentucky, we're right on the trail.
So there's when we went and did the podcast with Brian Sprance, who has just been hired as their master distiller, and he's always been a part of New Riff, he's a co-worker and everything.
And here's Mrs. Super Nash.
Howdy.
Hey, Sarge is blocking me.
And so they started it. So it just keeps getting better and better. It's a great experience on your way down. They just opened their new tasting room and bar. They've been changing, the experience as you go. I've done multiple barrel picks there, and I've had multiple tours for the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. So great experience, highly suggest it. So there it is on our experiences. I mean, when you stop there, you get the tour, plus they've got the bar up there with all the different flavors and drinks and everything. So you're up on body.
On body. This has got a great body to it. Let me see the proof on this thing. This is 115 proof, and that's why it's got such a great body to it, because
mine's 115.5.
We're right there close.
No, 105.5. There you go. So you're 10
you're
points over.
You're about 10 proof off, or 9.5 off.
Yeah, mine's a little. The legs are a little thin in the glass. They go to like drips.
Mine are really thick. There's a lot. You can tell there's a lot of sugar in there. Look how thick that is in the glass. But it's hitting all the sides, the front, and the back. I think it's got a wonderful body to it. So I'm going to have to give it a 4.
So, all right.
4 knocks.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Did you pick any of them up?
I think we got the second one. Heard the second one.
Did it have like a tink? Because I'm hitting the ring.
Yeah,
right.
It had like a tick.
Okay, so Matt's on. So
cheers, Matt.
So I have to say something about this pick. This is the first pick I ever was on where the barrel that I wanted, that I thought was the best, was not the one everybody picked. And one of the unique flavors of this particular pick, now it's been open, I really think it picked up some nice stuff because I taste a little bit of honey, but it was the bubblegum, cinnamon, and red apple and leather. Well, now it picks some nice legs up in there. So this one doesn't quite do the cheeks for me, but it's a really good, it's otherwise it's full, and I would have to say the body for this one is a 3 for me. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So what you looking at? All right. So I go first on the taste. We could give up to 5, right? So the reason why they picked this one this is the one they picked, Super Nash, is because it was on flavor profile of New Riff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it was on flavor profile. So that's why. And I was picking with a guy who absolutely loved New Riff. That was his whiskey, he was a new Riff fan, and he really loved this bottle. And so, of the crew, which was me and Randy, we picked the other barrel, which was not, it was more of a Kentucky brown sugar caramel barrel, where this one has the flavors, the other flavors of bubblegum and red apple and leather. And so it was a 3-2 kind of thing. And of the 5 people, 3 picked this one, and me and Randy picked the other one. So I got that leads to the leathery, but not too bitter finish. Oops, what was that? We just oh, come on back. Did my internet just go out? Uh-oh. All right, it's trying to connect. My internet just went out. Let's see if I can do it. I'll switch over to Miller household. They should, oh, give me a break. Why do I need a password? Sorry, folks. My internet just went out. Not working. Rachel, what? Why did the internet just go out? Did you bump something back there? All right, folks. Yep, it was full on the what you call it, but it looks like it's coming back on YouTube. I don't know though. I'll see. I'm checking it out. On YouTube, we're good. Did it come back? Let's see. Mueller 5G. There we go. Hooked up right away. Unable to sync your events. I lost the whole meeting. Start. All right, I got it back. I should be able to connect. Hook back up. Come on, come on. Start meeting. All right, we're using cellular data there. I've got the connection. It's right there. All right, sorry, folks. Let's just see. Start. Let's see if I... That is the bizarrest thing I think I've ever seen. There I am. Just trying to get back on with the Zoom meeting. We had a outage. Sorry, folks. I will see. I will. Let's try and Zoom Workplace. I do have a Zoom. quit Zoom. All right, there it is. We'll come back up. We'll load it back up. Zoom USA. It looks like we're back on the internet. Unable to establish a connection. To click to your connection. Unable. Okay. Let's see. We died. I'm still there on. I was using cellular backup. The internet died in the middle of the podcast. Right in the middle of the podcast. Come on back. You didn't. I'm connected up to 5G. It looks like Super Nash is on now. All right. So my CT. All right. He's still there holding the Facebook meeting. Let's do back to Zoom. Sign in. I didn't forget. Oh, this. Why do I have to sign in? Wouldn't it remember? It should remember what my thing is. Just go sign in with Google. I don't give a crap. That is not how I sign in. Rachel? Hey, Rachel. Sorry, folks, for the delay. I hope Super Nash is there still. Rachel, I need you to get my book with my sign in for Zoom. It's upstairs. I'm in the middle. I can't get in because it keeps telling me, hey, Super Nash. All right, I'm going to do this. Shut down computer. All right. Hey, Siri, call Super Nash.
He's calling in.
Yeah. Are you still in the Zoom meeting?
Yeah, I'm still in.
Yeah, because my internet went the F out. And then now it's making me, I think I got, I can't get back in because I got to sign back in and Zoom, my Zoom account, and it's upsetting me.
was just sitting here going through. I'm trying to carry it through, and hold on a second.
All right, I got a quick run upstairs, and I gotta get my password to sign into Zoom.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm carrying it through, and like I say, I went
Maybe I
in
don't.
my taste and my finish on it, and yeah, we're just sitting here talking. So let me get back and monitor the Facebook, and
All right,
you
keep.
just work on getting back in.
I'll work on getting back in. Thanks for your help in the middle of a podcast. I don't want to run upstairs. Everybody on YouTube, I'm still here, going upstairs to get my password book. How stupid is that? I don't know how far these microphones are going to last, but pretty sure they're right here. Fuck off. I've got them. Going back down to sign into Zoom. How wonderful is this? Talk about technical difficulties. Yeah, thanks for your help. We're not off Facebook, so Super Nash is trying to monitor that. And I'm going to try and come back in. Here we go. All right. What's the email? YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Google, TikTok, new computer. Where is, I mean, it should say, it really doesn't have, okay, it doesn't have it there, so it must have it here. I did them all new. That's all the sports accounts. Where are all the, we're still trying to find it. Here they are. Okay. Zoom. Scotchy Bourbon Boys and Hamburg. Okay. There's that. And password is Shift Hamburger. Exclamation. Sign in. What? It's telling. All right, screw off. We're going to do this. shut down. Shut this bitch down. What the fuck? Sorry, everybody on YouTube, having some technical difficulties. Just trying to see if I can get back up and on. I swear to God, if it doesn't update, I don't understand why I'm not signed in. Should automatically be signed into my Zoom account. Now I'm connected to the internet. Oh my God. Oh. No, I can't sign out, Rach. This is ridiculous. Oh my God.
27.
There you go.
There's Tiny
Now,
coming back in.
now who's the who's okay? How did we go? How did we go to? Where did everybody come from?
I invited them in.
Look what
Yeah,
happens
we
when
were sitting here talking, and they were like, "Just open it up." Okay.
You can jump off, Jeff, if you need to finish it, man.
Why do you have to jump off? Just stay on. Oh, that was ridiculous. Lost the internet. Then all of a sudden, for some reason, my stupid Zoom wouldn't account. Then I went upstairs and got the
Password.
info on the password, and then it's telling me it's the wrong password. So I reset my whole damn computer. And now here we are. So we never were off on YouTube. So where were we?
Okay, we were, and which I finished mine up. You were just about to give your taste score
I was.
on.
Did I screw something up just now? Am I still there?
Still there.
All right. This is
But
amazing.
yeah, you were just about to give your taste score when you froze up.
Yeah, that's a really good way to give 15 minutes of blank space on a podcast on, the
Well, it wasn't completely blank because, like I said, I went ahead and finished up
no.
rating. And
So you weren't on the audio podcast because I'm the one dead on the audio, and on YouTube it was just me with the blank screen of you up there, and you guys were having fun on Facebook. I'll give you that. So our Facebook people got a little bit of a bonus.
okay.
All right, so now I'm gonna drink like a lot. I tell you, I mean, so on the taste on this one, like I said, this one wasn't my favorite, but sitting in the bottle once again, it just proves, as Matt, you attest, it's like anything that sits for a while, it changes, doesn't it?
Definitely does.
Now, just a little thing, Matt. If we got to get off YouTube, well, nope, you could do that, but just don't talk about what you're about to do.
Gotcha.
Because it's not on it. You can't pick it up, but we can't talk about it. Because on YouTube, it's a no-no, but I can't actually see it. I can't see your thing. I could see Nash and John. All right, so the taste.
What kind of flavors are you getting out of that?
They were talking about bubblegum, but it's evolved into a strawberry Twizzler
Oh wow.
with maybe it's just my endorphins that kicked in and changed my palate. Trying to see. Yeah, it's a strawberry Twizzler, and the leather's gone away now. So taste out of 5, I will give it round up from 3.5 to a 4. 1,
Kind of what you thought.
2.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I rated mine.
What'd you rate yours?
This has got so much flavor. It's got the maple and the vanilla and the caramel. I mean, it is so sweet, and it's really not hot for being 115 proof. It drinks like maybe 100 proof, and I rated mine a 5.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's just
1,
super
2,
full of flavor.
3, 4, 5.
Right.
There you go.
Now we're down to the finish, and like I was talking about earlier, this finish on it is great. I mean, it hits all the right places. Not a real strong burning Kentucky hug.
This is more than one. When I buy a
So,
seven. Pretty cool.
So I rated mine a 4 on the finish.
Okay. A 4.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I know people. Thank you, everybody who stayed on YouTube. I mean, that's just crazy. The people who stayed on YouTube. I will rate it. The finish.
And yours is a 105.5 proof, right?
Yeah, I think the finish is a little bit. So I give mine a 3.
A 3.
1, 2, 3. It's medium finish, but it's nothing. It's not anything special. But I think the strawberry on the taste and a little bit of that in the front palate. It's dealing with in the front palate. It was dealing with a little bit of red apple, which turns to a strawberry Twizzler. You know, red licorice.
Red licorice, yep.
And then it just doesn't finish with the pop. So what do we give the new Riff on these single barrels? What
You gave yours a a rating of 14. I gave mine a rating of 16, which makes it 15.
Well, the one bottle's a
That'd be
14, one's a 16. Yes, it does, but we weren't doing the same bottles, but that's cool.
Yeah. But I mean, they were fairly close. But
So,
like I say, every single barrel has its own flavors and all.
so
And everybody knows that.
I'm going to hit this special bottle, the Steel Valley Bourbon Association's.
And didn't you have a Balboa? A new Riff Balboa?
Yeah, I got the
Matt was talking about that earlier.
I
I
got
hadn't
the
tried that yet.
Balboa rye. I got the 6-year malted rye, and I got the Kentucky Straight malted rye whiskey with the sherry finish. So
Okay, you don't have a Balboa? It's called
this is the
New
first,
Riff Balboa.
see it right here?
No. Oh yeah, that is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Balboa rye. You got the Balboa rye.
Yeah. Where did Matt go?
His phone's been going in and out like that, but he's still there.
Okay.
It must be just signing back in.
All right. So anyways, so do you have any of the ryes?
I've got I got a single barrel rye right here.
I don't think I've ever opened this Balboa rye. I felt lucky to get it, and it's not. I don't believe it's open. But what I really felt lucky to get, and we were able to get when we were there, and Jamie would know about that. Let's see. Are we still on Facebook?
Yeah, we're still on Facebook.
Okay, hold on. Exit.
And Jamie is talking about the Balboa rye is great.
All right. I'm trying to see if I got Facebook anywhere.
This is a sour mash rye, single barrel, 111.4 proof.
Let's just go to the Safari. Let's go to history. Welcome to Zoom. I don't know how to get to Facebook.
Sorry, guys, I was on the phone.
That's okay. So
do you have the Balboa rye there, Jeff?
Yeah,
yes,
he
I
does.
do.
I thought you did. Dude, that bottle's solid.
Yes, it is. It's so solid I haven't opened it yet.
Opened it.
But what I did get when we
You know what Freddie Johnson says. Whiskey is made for drinking.
No, actually,
Not for saving.
No. You are wrong.
And sharing with
No. Freddie Johnson and everybody else says bourbon is for drinking, and that is a rye.
You know what? I think you're scared to open that rye and taste it.
But I'm not. So I got Matt. I was able to get the sherry cask finish one, the malted 6-year.
So that was on our flight when me and Steve and Andrew were on our way down to you.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite of the flight. And the other one was winter wheat, and the third one was the gold label something. I think that's the sherry cask, right?
Look at
Both of those you just mentioned the sherry cask rye and the malted wheat or the wheat. Both of those were on my flight when I was last there. That's when I picked up this single malt sour mash whiskey. This is delicious too. Have you had that?
Honestly, I have not had that. I saw that in the gift shop, but they didn't have. That wasn't on one of the flights that I was picking, and I didn't know if I was allowed to switch stuff out or not.
Yeah.
So what was the one called? It's called Silver something. It's like their other malted brand. I actually got a bottle of that someplace too, which was pretty good. But I agree, Matt. This barrel proof sherry finish drinks like a bourbon barrel proof, with the sherry finish.
Yeah, that one's super solid. That was my favorite of the 3 or 4 I did. I was like, this is great. But they didn't have any to buy, so I was kind of disappointed.
They did have it when I was there, and I wish I would have picked up a bottle of it, but
Well, they didn't have it while we were there, but they had put 2 back knowing that we were coming. So,
okay.
So me and Jamie, who else was with me? Someone else.
See, I don't have the desk things that I can pull stuff like that. They didn't ask me none of those.
I know.
Well, we did the podcast, and when we finished the podcast, Jay and Brian were appreciative, and they said that you can each buy one in the gift shop. And I want to say Jamie was there. I think Jamie got it. Ask Jamie, check the Facebook, because Jamie, I think, got it. I think he got one. But then there was somebody else with us who scanned it. Oh, I remember.
He and Andrew.
It was Andrew who picked one up. He basically, when I got mine and put it up there, he swiped his credit card before I was able to get mine out, and then he got it, and then there was one left, and I got it. So look at Randy's nice background right there. That's really nice, Randy. It's like honey, we shrunk the Fords. That's what we'll go with.
Yeah, he's in the grass with the dewdrops.
He's sitting down on the front lawn.
Well, I'm working on it. Just chill.
It looks good. I'm not saying that. It just looks like I'm afraid that the lawnmower's coming.
You and I never saw secondhand lions.
I missed the boxes behind you.
I do not miss the boxes. You be quiet, Matt. We were talking about that. Randy's got some stuff going, and he brought up, and I got like 800 samples to ship to everybody. But at the same time, he's going to be Randy's going to be our international whiskey consultant expert. Oh, what's that? Now he's
international whiskey ambassador, brand ambassador.
It's Detling. No, not Detling. Come on, come up with get a Booker's back there.
That's the store pick that I did that I opened today.
No, but you need to put your Pappy 15 or your Pappy 12 back there.
How about if I just put my Double Eagle Very Rare?
There you go.
Wow, there you go.
We might have to drive out and join you for that one.
Yeah.
Let me work on it. I got to find out where I put it.
So you gave me the sample of the Baccarat or whatever that Barack, right?
Baccarat
for Nash.
Barack Obama.
Oh, you're awful.
So how was that, by the way? Did you guys try it, or you just poured samples?
I didn't just try it, man. I probably drank a third of his bottle.
Holy cow.
We gave the waiter some. The waiter at the restaurant Friday night works at the Kentucky Derby. Says he works at the restaurant on the 6th floor. And he said, I've sold this. He said, I've served this, but I've never had it. He said, at our restaurant, it's $600 a pour. So I gave him a pour of it, and he was over the moon for it.
Yeah, that's why I'm really looking forward to it, because that's probably the only chance I'll ever get to have a sample of it.
It's not the best stuff out there. If somebody offered me that at what I paid for that bottle and a Lillian Sinclair, I would take my Lillian Sinclair.
Wow.
Wow.
But I would also be able to get 8-9 bottles of Lillian Sinclair for what I paid for that.
And everybody watching, if you need a bottle of that Lillian Sinclair, your hookup is Tiny or me or CT. We can all hook you up with a bottle of that Lillian Sinclair, because that's good stuff too.
Well, Tiny
And that, as it opens up more, man, it's great. It really is.
Oh yeah, I know. That you are so right, John. When I first tasted it out of the bottle, because I didn't get to go on that pick, but then, like I say, I picked up a case of that and a case of the William Dalton. But when I got back home, Yeah, and I tried it up there at the festival. Just grabbed a case of it. But when I got back home and I opened up the bottle and that first pour, it had that ethanol taste and all that. But then I let it sit for a couple of months before I went back to it. I was like, oh my God, the flavors just are popping in it. So good. That French oak stave that he dropped down in it, it just adds a whole nother dimension to it.
I agree. Jeff stopped at my house, man, last Labor Day, and Jeff, I still got about half that bottle, and it's fantastic, dude. Just the more air that gets to it, the better it is.
Well,
yeah,
and I
still young too, but it's great.
Thank you, John, for doing that tasting. So
that was great to have you here, man. It was cool.
It's always good to go meet people on the road.
For sure.
Look at him with that Baccarat background.
Baccarat ground, yeah. How do you say that?
Baccarat background.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you, Randy, if you're really if you're that little and you got that much of a supply behind you, holy man.
Yeah, we're all driving down to get some.
Absolutely. I'm bringing a barrel.
I've got 3 of them. Yeah, put them in my pickup truck. Let's go.
There you go.
Shrink us down.
Here we go.
Oh, son of a gun.
Yeah. That's another one that I hadn't had the pleasure of tasting.
Woo! So I'm going to tell
too expensive for my blood to not out at bars.
And it's even too expensive for Randy's blood to open it up and share it. He fits right into the mold perfectly. All you got to do is slide a little bit to your left, Randy, and then we can just insert you into the box. There you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
That is a rare eagle.
Right I think really that's your background, man. That is a cool background.
That double eagle very rare was on Whiskey Week. It was $200 for an ounce and a quarter.
Wow.
It was on that list that I held up on the one hand.
So I go for it, Matt? Do I open it?
Yes, open it.
You definitely should. It's pretty solid, man. I like that one.
Do it.
I just did the
Open that puppy up.
That's what all my students would say, Nash.
Have you had your students had their prom night?
So I'm elementary, man. I'm not high school.
Okay.
But actually, Nash, all the high schools around here are doing prom nights, and actually they're graduating in the next week. So I think prom nights were like 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
So everybody who got through
this weekend, my grandson's having his first prom ever.
Nice. Is he a junior, sophomore, senior?
I don't know. He's a junior.
Okay.
And he's already got a state championship football ring.
Well, congrats to him. That's awesome, man.
So quickly, if you made it through
he's a sophomore.
Hold on.
Yeah, he's a sophomore.
If you made it through,
he got his first ring last year. He was playing for JV, but they pulled him up to varsity, and he played the whole last half of the season with varsity because he was that good, and he's already got a college profile set up from one of the guys from Clemson University. Came down.
There you go.
Well, hopefully
if he stays healthy, Nash, he'll get nailed. That'll be great.
Hopefully he can get paid.
It's so awesome. They went back to the state championship this year and played the same team that they beat last year, and they lost by 1 point this year. And it's because they lost all their kickers have graduated last year. Mm-hmm. And so the guy why they lost by 1 point was guy missed a extra point.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, and they played their hearts out. Super cool.
Nash, you can't hear me? Can you hear me, Nash?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So if everybody who made it through the technical difficulty of the internet going out, I want to. We're
Of
gonna
the internet blackout.
we're gonna do the audio and on YouTube, but I would like to introduce John Ritt has joined us when that happened because Super Nash had no idea what to do, so he just opened up the whole room to everybody, which is awesome. That's usually what we do afterwards. And
Thank you for having me.
and then we also have
Absolutely.
Matt Leisen of Cleveland on the Rocks sitting out there hanging out, and then we also have Randy Ford, our international whiskey expert,
Ambassador.
that he will be
Guru.
he will
Yes,
be
guru and ambassador.
coming up soon with the first podcast, but I have to ship out all the samples to CT and Nash for that to happen. But they have joined us, so that's so everybody out there knows what's going on. I'm gonna end it on the audio podcast right now, and then we'll do a couple more minutes on the YouTube and the Facebook, finish off there. And I mean, that is bizarre. Let's see. Wait, hold on. Let me see if my Facebook says.
Well, Steve-O going out, man.
Oh, we're still there. And so, anyways, we're not doing Little Steve-O yet. All right. So remember, www.scotchybourbonboys.com for all things Scotchy Bourbon Boys, your Glencairns, your t-shirts. Check us out, all of our bios. Remember, we're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X, and then also on Apple and iHeart and Spotify, but all the other places. Where you listen, you can find us, the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Remember, like, listen, subscribe, leave good feedback, and also make sure. Wait, what? Make sure what?
Don't drink and drive.
No, right. No, make sure if you're with
Drink
good friends
responsibly.
and you're good.
Don't drink and drive.
You're good with good friends and or good family. Make sure that you have good times. Don't drink and drive. Make sure
Drink responsibly.
you drink
And
responsibly
live your life uncut and unfiltered.
And then now, little
Can you do the
Steve-O
CYPB right now?
will
Yes,
take
is that
us out.
okay?
That's absolutely fantastic.
I'd be impressed if you had that maple finished 13th colony, though. You know,
You mean this one?
that's the one. I keep seeing it online, man. It's like $70. I'm like, come on,
Yeah.
I can't come to Ohio.
I've got an extra if you need one.
I might have to hit you up before Kentucky Bourbon Festival.
We're all over the shelf down here if anybody needs me to grab one.
Ohio will get there at some point. We're just a little behind on those ones.
I've learned it's better to be behind because that way you won't pay the crazy money.
Mm-hmm. That's true because out here secondary on it would probably be like $150.
All right.
Honestly, I don't have a clue because I've seen it on the shelves here.
See, this is usually where I invite you guys in.
We're already here.
Hey, Jeff,
You're
this is going to be the #1 podcast you have all year. Trust me.
Absolutely.
The ad lib.
I had something really fun happen yesterday.
Fix on this show.
Stuff happens.
That's right.
Well, there's nothing I could do when the stupid internet goes out, and then
That's
signs
why
me
I
out of
had to do
YouTube.
what I had to do. Because I was running out of things to say.
I'm like,
Just let everybody in.
Yeah,
that's what I told him. I'm like, dude, kick us an invite, man. We'll jump in with you.
yeah.
Nash was kind of running a little slower there. He's like, I'm like, come on, you can kick us in. We can help you.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. Let us in. Let
Stuff
us
happens.
in.
So the Balboa,
What do you think?
Willing to bet you don't get dill on that one.
I said, what's the proof on that?
Mine's downstairs.
I'm looking. Let's see.
Anything else you want me to go up?
I'm doing that. I'm still on Facebook and YouTube, so I can't use that. Let's see if I can see it.
They were the one we got at there you go.
Oh, the Joseph Magnum.
I got a couple of those over on the shelf. Which batch is that?
This is batch number 184.
Okay.
So you know what I got. You know what I got.
2 weeks. You should come see me.
You know what batch I got, right there, Matt?
What you got?
I got the batch that made him famous.
That's 120.
Ooh, nice.
And this one, that's 113.
Oh, nice. Good. I told you. Let's go back there for so long. I was like, oh, let's pull that down. Trying to figure out stuff to shoot at. I'm like, okay. I had your bag on the side.
There it is.
I'm like,
I believe, Matt.
What batch you got?
I believe you did a cigar and drank this.
This is what
I had that in your backyard.
Yes, you did, and I traded. This is batch 80. I want to say this is batch 89.
Oh, you weren't there for that one.
Mine was batch 147, and I just finished the last pour this past weekend.
But
That's good stuff.
Yeah. He traded a Michter's 10 for that, if I remember correctly.
A Michter's 10, I did, and the next day, it was Aaron called me up and said I got home and I had a Michter's 10 and my Joseph Magnus was missing.
I sent you guys the picture, you guys shaking hands with it. I'm like, I know, I took a picture of it.
You know this was a good deal on my part, right?
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the batch. This is when they became famous.
Yeah, that is a solid pour. That was only called Greg Snyder.
Yes, it was. And just so you know, this past weekend, me and CT, he had bought a case of Rocky Patel's, and then after the podcast on Friday with at Old Homestead, we went over to Greg Schneider's house.
You mean a box?
What?
You said he bought a case of Rocky Patel's. You mean a box, right?
Okay, a box of Rocky Patel's. And we went over to Greg Schneider's and we had Rocky Patel's paired with the Joseph Magnus.
Oh, that's killer.
With Greg Schneider at his bar next to his pool. That was right before the going away dinner. We drank. We had the pour. Was smoking the cigar, and then it was all of a sudden 5 minutes to Amore, and we were over there in 5 minutes. Nash, we all hopped back in the car and got over there in time, and the dinner there was spectacular. I want to do a shout out.
That's when I finished off my bottle this weekend. Was that Saturday evening, late Saturday evening, and I had a Rocky Patel with mine.
Yeah.
And the reason is because you had told me earlier in the day that y'all were going to smoke Rocky Patel's
with Greg Schneider.
Yeah.
So you know I'm old. I took a nap while they did that.
I heard that, man.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna keep sleeping, and I'm just like, we'll meet you there. So
Randy, I worked 12 hours Saturday and 9 hours on Sunday putting in that system, and I got about 2 more hours left to do it, but I had to order a part that the guy lost somehow, and all that. But it'll be in.
About all that hay you made, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it's going to pay for all these bourbon trips.
I'm going to end this on YouTube right now. Thanks everybody on YouTube for watching.
Thanks everybody for watching on YouTube and checking us out. We appreciate each and every one of you. We couldn't do this without y'all. So cheers.
Cheers.
Technical difficulties.
That's right.